Caroline, can you tell me, do you know what history is?
It's about like stories a long time ago when we were born.
That's right, all around the world, isn't that right? And also around at home. Isn't that right? What things that happened around where you live. Isn't that correct? Well, when you were a small little girl, and I was a small little girl, and my mammy was a small little girl, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, when my mammy, who is your granny, was a very small little girl, she got a present of this. Do you see that little cup?
Yeah.
Her friend, who was living across the road from her, her name was Madden, went to Kilkee on her holidays, and she brought her that. And you see what's written on it? Look. Remember me. Well, that cup is now over 100 years old, and I still have it. And I can remember my mammy told me she got that from her friend when she was a little girl, just like you. Okay? Isn't that good, isn't it? But that's history. That's a part of history. Now, Caroline, will I tell you another story? And it's history too. When I am now 85 years of age, that's old, isn't it? When I was a little girl, your age, there was great trouble in Ireland. There was a war on in the world, and it was very, very hard to get food. And we used to get little coupons to just get some bread, some tea, and all those sort of things. You know that? And you know what just happened? People in other countries, you send us things. Now, my aunt, she would have been in America at that time, she used to send my mammy parcels of tea, because there was no tea to be got in Ireland. And you know what my mum used to do? She used, when the postman would come, he knew it was a packet of tea. She used to get a small bag, open it, and give him some tea. Because the food was very short that time. But now, thank God, there's no shortage. You have plenty of tea and plenty of milk and plenty of everything, haven't you?
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Well, that was history. Those things used to happen when I was a small girl, your age, and that was about 80 years ago. Okay?
Yeah.
Good girls. Now, Caroline, another little story I have for you. When I was a little girl, your age, I had a younger brother and a younger sister. Now, there was trouble in the country that time. There was war, and they were afraid something would happen that would really make you very sick. So the government gave us all what they called a gas mask. It was like a big black thing. You know the way you wear masks when you go to the shop now, or sometimes at school you wear them? We got them, but I was just your age, and I was the oldest girl to get one. My little brother and sister didn't get any. That was to save us, because we'd be able to breathe clean air through them that time. But thank God we didn't have to use them, it didn't happen. So it's not that was good, wasn't it? We were so happy for that, weren't we?
Did you have a mobile phone when you were a child?
Oh, Caroline, oh my goodness, if only you knew. There were no such things as mobile phones. And the phones we had were big things like that, and there were little numbers on them, and you had to twist to get every number like that. You see that? And then, but you know something? We didn't have a phone. It was only people who had lots of money had phones those times. So we didn't have a phone. But now we all have phones, and you were playing with my mobile phone a short while ago, weren't you? You see?
What did you eat when you were young?
Well, we had very plain food. It was usually bread, milk, eggs and things like that. And you know, when I was a little girl your age, we hadn't any things like bananas and you know all this lovely fruit you have now. You see, they grew in foreign countries and the ships weren't able to bring them to us. And when I was a little girl your age, I remember playing in our avenue one day, and the lady on the corner who had a shop, she called me in and she said, "Will you bring those down to your mum?" And I was wondering what it was. And they were the first lot of bananas that came into the country, and she gave me some to bring down to my mum. And now you have bananas every day, no problems. But that time we didn't have them. So you're very lucky, aren't you? Very, very lucky that you didn't live long, long time ago. Life is much easier for you now, isn't it? and you have a lot of food and everything. And mobile phones.
Yeah.
No. That,
I'm going to America soon, and when you were a child, where did you go on holidays?
oh, when we went on holidays, we didn't go to America. Because you know something? There were very, very few planes. And they were small planes, there weren't big ones like they have nowadays, you know. When we went on holidays, and we didn't go always, I was living in Limerick, and we used to go on our holidays to Kilkee. Now Kilkee is a lovely place, there's a lovely beach there and it's really lovely.
Yeah, there's a really big beach.
That's
there.
correct, you were there, weren't you?
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't go there of course in a plane because it wouldn't be far enough. But we used to go on a train. And you know, a long, long time ago, there was a train called the West Clare. And somebody wrote a song about it. Are you right there, Michael? Are you right? Well, when I was a child, I went to Kilkee on my holidays. What do you think of that? That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because that train is gone a long time now. Okay?
I enjoyed that chat, Granny.
Yeah, I'm glad you did, sweetheart. I'm glad you did. And that part of history, and we put it back again now into the glass case so we won't break it. It's very old, isn't it? Yeah. So I am glad you enjoyed it, sweetheart. Good girl, my pal.